Hope all is well in the YouTube community. Started a new map on Goldcrest Valley. Um, Done some work. We've put up some Christmas trees. Ooh, so pretty. So, me and the minions try to do this every Monday. Unfortunately, I've started a new job, so I work second shift. I get home at 11:30. This is really my only time to do this, save for one day a week with the minions. King Bob and Stuart, who are unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but they're asleep right now. So, I've decided to do a realistic map on the non-mod map that Giants produced. And so far, so good. We've done some jobs, made some money, trying to get the bank loan paid off, which I think I may have. Um, yes, I did pay off the loan. So we are in the green at $115,000. We do have crop growing. So I don't know if I have one more seeding round to go or not. Or not seeding, fertilizing round to go. I'm trying to remember where I put my little Zedor crystal. Oh, there it is. Try not to overload the map with too much equipment. That's kind of loud, so we're gonna have to turn that stuff down. There we go. Turn this stuff down. Leave that there. That there. That might still be too loud. We need to turn it down more. Don't want to turn it off. Hopefully that's good. So, started off with the basic equipment. I did buy this Zedor crystal and the Massey Ferguson fertilizer spreader. Because on this map, unfortunately, you don't start out with any type of a fertilizer spreader. You have to forgive my sniffles. We live in Connecticut and it's like 25 degrees out at the moment. Uh, middle coming in the middle of winter in this end of the United States, so it gets a little chilly. So we're gonna do this, hopefully. No, can't do this yet. I don't know if I have any more fertilizer states to go. No. Oh, well. Gotta start working up to replacing some of the equipment. Some of this stuff's costing a lot of money. So, let's see here. Let's see what we can find. We are going to be doing animals. Definitely going to start off with sheep because they're the easiest ones to take care of. And then we'll work our way up. Usually I wait to do cows because of the simple fact I like to have the bunker silo filled with silage and ready and waiting for when I purchase the animals. And that way we can make our total mixed rations or power food for the cattle so we get more production from them. Let's see here. Stats. Need to... Well, you can definitely go pick up the eggs in the yard. Originally, when I started this map, when I first bought the game, I utilized the cheat mod, which is cool, but it takes away from the game a little bit. Hi, babes. My oldest was kind of riding me because I don't do a lot of commentary when I do my videos. I don't really talk on my YouTube videos unless I'm playing with Stuart or King Bob, which are aliases, by the way. That's not their actual name. But he was kind of picking on me because I don't do too much commentary, and I am trying to get the channel going, so figured we'd do it and give it a shot. This is not the only game I play, but it is the most. It is the one I do play the most because I enjoy it. This is kind of my relaxation game. I do play Need for Speed Rivals. I do have Mud Runner, which is a new game by Spin Tires, which is pretty cool. Physics are amazing in my opinion. I'm still in the process of learning the game, so hopefully that'll be coming to the channel soon. Let's see, can I fertilize this field again? Ooh, cool, I can. Awesome. Nope. Oh, might be too early. You know what? I'm gonna just do it anyway. I already started it, and it is covering the ground. So, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So, for those of you that do watch my channel, it is highly appreciated. I tend not to do a lot of online playing with anybody, save for King Bob and Stuart. Only due to the fact of the many amount of trolls that are out there on this, that have this game. I'm sure many of you know that. Half of them just want to get on your game and drive all your equipment into the river or the lake, whatever is available. And I don't know about anybody else, but to me that's one, disrespectful, and two, very inappropriate. The point of the game is to enjoy yourself and have fun and establish a working, profitable farm, not to jump on anybody's game and destroy it. I do realize it's a game, but still. We have sunflowers growing in field 14. Those are for Babes, and if you're wondering who Babes is, that's the wife. And she's a fanatic of sunflowers. So, do I have sunflowers over here? Nope. I apologize. That's canola. Sunflowers will be on here, though. Just for Babes. I don't know if this one's at a stage where it needs to be fertilized. No. Okay, so we're just going to go park this. Maybe do some trim work around the fields. I'm sure most of you that play the game, like you see the Christmas trees set up. I do that because I am a fanatic of Christmas time. I love seeing the reactions on our kids' faces come Christmas morning. And all around, all in general, I love Christmas just because of the spirit of the holiday. So we're going to put this away. I do need to go pick up the eggs out of the chicken coop, and we might hop in the Ford. So we're gonna go pick up the eggs in the chicken coop, and then we will go find the sell point because I've forgotten where that is. I know that's in town, which is it's not a quick ride from here, but and maybe we'll do some jobs on the way there or back. So according to the computer, oh, you're broken, Rooster. Hush. So let's see here. It's 12 after 8 in the morning. I think I have time sped up only very slightly. Yeah, I have it at 5x. Kind of makes... I do realize I said I'm trying to do a realistic gaming, but if you do normal time, it takes forever for crops to grow. So, okay. Chickens are doing good. Love the chickens. It's pretty much free income. I started this map probably 2 or 3 days ago. And we had all this all nicely mowed and trimmed and looking good. And now all the grass is growing back, so we're gonna have to do that again. And it does take a little bit of time, but you do make money on it. You can grow your grass, sell your grass at the barn, make a little bit of money. Not much. It's very, very minute amount. So let's go see what we can make on eggs, and we'll do a couple of jobs on the way there and back. Let's see here. Let's see. I plowed, cultivated, and sowed this field. Okay, cool. He does need it fertilized, so we're gonna shut the truck off. I do have all of the difficulty meters set on. I do enjoy the realism involved in having to start the tractor and whatnot. So I never liked this tractor. Not even on FS15. But it does the job. Sometimes I'll buy this just to have in the store parking lot, just to move stuff around so it's out of the way, so I can get it to and from and moved around a bit. It's like a little mule almost. So this is obviously, because this is so close to the farm, this is one of the fields that I have helped the owner out on. We plowed, cultivated, and sowed potatoes in for her. So we're gonna do this job real quick. And it looks like the field up there over to the right may be ready to be harvested. We're gonna check that out and see what he's paying. Make some money. Well, I did do this starting off. I did take out as much as you could on the loan. And then I did jobs, and I got it up over... I ended up over with over $300,000. Oh, did not mean to do that. Or that. Ugh, geez, sometimes I get these controls all mixed up. Once I was over $300,000, I said, you know what, might as well just get it done and over with. I paid off the loan, and that dropped me down to, with the purchase of the Zedor Crystal and paying off the loan and then purchasing the Massey Ferguson fertilizer spreader, left us with like $10,000. Very minute amount of money left, not much left to do a lot with. So the goal here is to get the get our bank account back up way in the green so we can really start buying some new equipment. I am a fan of the larger equipment. Obviously makes the job go easier, quicker, faster. Well, that's not too bad. Fertilizing never really pays much. But as you can see, I've dropped the cost of the field substantially just by doing jobs for her. So, and that goes for the other two fields up here. I did have a slight issue with this field here doing some work. The sure as all of you know, the the Platinum Edition has dropped, and unfortunately, when I was trying to cultivate said field over there, they allowed for the job to be done some of the equipment from the Platinum map, which unfortunately, I don't know if there's an update waiting to be done for this one, but you cannot, doing jobs, just utilize the equipment for the Platinum map on this map and actually get the job done. So everything that I did was lost. So typically when I do these jobs for other people, I'll do a harvest and then I'll continue doing the job until the field is fertilized, plowed, cultivated, sown, and then fertilized again, and then wait for the growing stage to take over. It's a good way to make a lot of money quick. I do follow a lot of other people on YouTube for this specific game. As I said, I'm a very big fan of it. I know I'm not the only one out there. I've logged countless hours, as I'm sure most other people have done. I do follow Daggerwin. He's in the UK. He's an awesome YouTuber. I love his videos. His commentary's awesome. He has a lot of good techniques that I've learned a lot of stuff from. Another one is a gentleman by the name of Callum Throw. Libertine20 is his handle on YouTube. Also located in the UK. Awesome guy. Really informative. When I first bought this game on Xbox One 3 years ago, it was on Farm Sim 15. I played the game literally for 20 minutes. I got irritated with it because it doesn't really come with instruction. And the game sat for an entire year before I touched it again. And when I decided to actually sit down and figure it out, I played for 12 hours straight, not realizing it. Kind of upset the wife a little bit. It was a rough day at work the next day. So, it is addicting. Not in a bad sense. You just have to know when to stop. Some of my videos do go... I've got quite a few videos, some with commentary, some without. Most of the ones with commentary are with the minions. It's just, you can really get sucked into it, especially if you're playing alone. Kevin has to be very cautious with playing these games because he does have an issue with seizures, and his neurologist has put him on a limitation of only 2 hours of screen time in general. So with him being a teenager and having to utilize a laptop to do their homework, he is very limited on what he's able to help me out with. King Bob is the youngest of our three minions. Trying to keep him on task can sometimes be kind of difficult. Kevin and I usually do get quite a bit of stuff done. The maps that we work on are typically logging maps. We do broadcast on Smoky Mountain and Pacific Inlet. The way we start those maps is by utilizing the cheat boxes that they do have available on here. But it's only enough to buy the equipment that we want or need. And then once we have acquired said equipment, we sell the cheat boxes. And after we've acquired the equipment, we sell the cheat boxes, and the money obviously is dwindled from purchasing the equipment we want or need. So then the point of those games is, yeah, they're already set up, yeah, we cheated on them. But now we have the equipment needed to do what we want and make the money we want. The logging maps kind of start out with basic logging equipment. It's not the greatest, but it's a good way to get you started. We have two different maps on Pacific Inlet. One of them we've started well over a year ago. I do have... Actually, I don't know if I have any videos of that one up. The most recent one, Kevin and I started, does have most of the same type of gameplay, and it's just a little bit different from the original map we started. The original map we started, we bought all the equipment and pushed out as far as we could on the map, away from home base. The most recent one, which I think we only did like 4 or 5 weeks ago, is located closer to the store and the wood selling point, so it's not that much of a challenge, but there is a reason behind it. If you want to check that video out, it is on my channel. My descriptions of what we are attempting to do will make more sense as to why we're so close to the main yard where you first start the game. So, I don't have a PC. We are looking into acquiring one later within the next year or so. I do want to start playing this on PC, as I'm sure everybody knows they do have better mods available. You're not restricted to how many maps you can have, which that's everybody's complaint on console, which I'm on PS4. The maps that have been downloaded are, in my opinion, they're all amazing. The West Coast that Bullet Bill just put out is freaking awesome. I've seen a lot of complaints about it. The only issue I've seen with it so far is the logging aspect of it, but that's one thing out of many issues that poor man dealt with trying to get that map on the console. Daggerwin is also on PC. He does a lot of different video games. He does Euro Truck Simulator, which I'm a simulator fanatic, so I love these games just in general. It's not just this game. And I'm rambling on and on, but I tend to do that when I talk. I don't really do this much because I don't particularly care for the sound of my own voice on a recording. I know I sound kind of dorky. I'm not a 15-year-old, I'm a 37-year-old husband, father. Um, yeah, so there you have it. We're going to do this. I didn't happen to see what he was paying when I took this job. Hopefully it's going to be a decent amount. I did do, let's get this straightened out here and clean that up. And I'll bring up the map while he's running through there. So in the lower left-hand corner, I did do a job right by the shop, field 25. Made a substantial amount of money on that field. Got us back up over $100,000. But that was, like I said, that was harvesting it, fertilizing it, plowing it, cultivating, and then selling and fertilizing again. So the majority of what's in the bank account at the moment came from just that one field. And like I pointed out to the potato field, it drops the cost of the field when you're ready to purchase it substantial amounts. So that is the ultimate goal here. I hope I'm not boring anybody. Any comments, constructive criticism is welcome. Likes and subscriptions are, again, also more than welcome. I've had this channel going for just about a year, a little bit over a year, and I only have 15 subscribers. I do know it's YouTube. I know it's difficult to get subscribers. And like I said earlier, my oldest pointed out that the lack of commentary might have something to do with it. And also the fact that most of the games that I have, that I broadcast, are Farm Simulator. I do have, not a lot, but I do have a couple of Need for Speed Rivals broadcasts out there. I'm not the greatest driver. I am improving. But I'm a racing fanatic. I'm a gearhead at heart. And just all around machinery fascinates me beyond all belief. Kind of drives the wife a little crazy. I do have a 1962 Chrysler Big Block stroker motor that hopefully one day will have a home in an engine bay. Depending on how old my viewers are, I'm sure you know that old Mopar classics are worth quite a small fortune, even in rust bucket form. So that's my passion. I love machines, engines, anything to do with four wheels and a motor. I love it. My current job deals with tractors now, as in semis, tractor trailers. I'm a parts guy, counter dude for a fleet maintenance department for a trucking company. I love it. Watching some of the techs work on these things is absolutely puts me in awe. So we're almost done with this field, and we'll go sell the eggs that we have in the backpack. I try to keep these under right around 45 minutes to an hour. But if you scope my channel, you'll see that there are quite a few that are well over an hour. Some of them run in excess of an hour and a half. I try not to do that. And it's a lot of the longer ones, save for the ones that Kevin does with me, because when we work together on a field or a map, There's shenanigans involved. So sometimes we get off track, but generally it's only for a little bit. Um, but a lot of the longer ones are just me playing the game. There's no commentary. It is kind of boring. Um, this has become one of my many hobbies that I enjoy. I'd prefer to see stuff like this on YouTube instead of a lot of the shoot 'em up games. I do have uh, Call of Duty, which I've played a handful of times. It's really not my thing. I do love the Resident Evil games. I've been playing that since the godfather of PlayStations, the PS1, or the original PlayStation, however you want to classify it. I used to drive my brother-in-laws crazy with that because I'd be next to dead and I'd find a way to survive and make it through the game. But I've always been a fan of Resident Evil. I do not have the most current one, unfortunately, but I do have Resident Evil. For the PS4, I have Resident Evil 4 and 5. I have yet to acquire 6 and the most recent 7, Biohazard, which the trailer for that's kind of freaky, to say the least. Always love the games, though. Alrighty, should finish this up in one more sloth. Then we'll take the Ford and go sell my eggs, make some money there. Not a lot, obviously. Oh, okay, so, oh, sweet. So, that gave us another little bit of bank. So, oh, cool, we're up over $130,000. Sweet. Alrighty, let's hop in the Ford. I think it looks like an old school 70s Ford. It's a bit better than the Dodge Ram wannabe that we had in Farm Sim 2015. Which, by the way, if I can find a cheap copy of here in the next few weeks, Kevin and I will be doing broadcasts of 2015. I always liked that game, especially for the maps, Bjornholm and Westbridge Hills. I do know that one of the modders companies out there remade Westbridge Hills for the 2017 game. But it's just not the same. You have the old DLC pack on 2015 with the old farming equipment, and just working on Bjornholm is an awesome map in general, even for the 2015 graphics, and the fact that they didn't have mods allowed on that one, but they did have the DLCs is even cooler. But they still didn't have mods. Coolest part about 2015 is that they did not have slot limitations for equipment. So when I was playing that, I have multiple game system consoles in my house. We have 2 PS4s and we have an Xbox One. When I was playing 2015 on Xbox One, he just ran a stop sign. How dare he? Okay, so we're good to go. 2015 did not have any slot limitations. You could have as much equipment as you wanted. Didn't matter what. Where is the sell point for the eggs? Oh, I way missed that turn. Okay, so we're gonna have to go over here. I had every single storage shed packed with equipment. Everything you'd need for each grouping of fields on that map. And it was just awesome in general. I loved the map. Okay, we gotta go. Gotta go right. I try to do this as real as I can. Turn signals, stopping at stop signs. I do miss some stuff sometimes, so. Oh. Always trying to get used to these speed-sensitive controls. There we are. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Don't know how much I like that jumping portal. Oh, 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 oh. We missed it again. Can't go in there, so we'll go around the block. Alright. Ah! It's driving me nuts. Alrighty. Okay. So where's the bakery? Bakery's right here. They should be able to sell eggs here, I think. We sell eggs at the bakery? Shut the turn signal off. Okay. I haven't been on this map in quite a long time. I actually deleted the save file that I did have for it, because, oh, now I'm going off-road. I had in excess of $150 million, which, like I said earlier, just, it takes away from the game. You can't, really do much at that point, except for, oh, hello. Hi, how are you? That's something I just recently realized happens in this game. People talk to you. I just lost my train of thought too. Gone. Woohoo! That happens a lot with me. Where is the egg cell point? It's driving me nuts. Let's see, is it up here? Maybe it's over here. Oh, maybe. Yep, I think we found it. No, that's an ATM. Okay, maybe it's around the back here. Can we go over this? Oh, probably not supposed to, but oh well. Let's see. Where is the egg cell point? That was a manly looking sounding woman. Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna have to go into the help section and find the egg cell point, which is driving me crazy now. Where do we sell the eggs at? I do not see. Oh, that tells. Okay, that's that. What does that do? I don't know. That's gotta be for equipment. Hmm. Awkward. Hmm. I cannot, for the life of me, remember where to sell the eggs. Well, that stinks. So, we're just gonna drive around here a little bit more. I'm sure we'll find it. I do generally play from the third person point of view. Don't know if anybody else does. Oh, it's driving me nuts. I know the egg cell points are around here somewhere. I like the third person point of view because it gives you a better field of view. Makes it easier to see what's coming, what's going on, what's coming, where it gives you better angles of everything. They did an awesome job on all these maps. I love the background scenery, the mountains. At some point, I probably will set up some equipment, my own buildings, stuff like that. Oh, here I am breaking the law and running stop signs and blowing through crosswalks. Does anybody know whoever's watching where the egg cell point was here? drop a comment down below. Be appreciated, because I cannot, for the life of me, remember where the egg cell point was. It's driving me crazy. Can't find it. Excuse me. Oh, did I just see it? I think I might have just seen it. Oh, what did we find here? Okay, there's another ATM. Ah, yes, I knew it was over here. Here we go. Alrighty, so let's go see what we can make on eggs. 225 bucks, not bad. Alrighty. So, let's see here, what to do next. Nope. Excuse me. I guess we'll head back to the farm. Now, I do use the cruise control. I do know I go kind of slow, but as I'm sure most of you know, anything over like 35, 40, these things get kind of squirrely. And it really doesn't add to the realism of the game, I guess you could say. And if you're a gearhead like I am, I'm sure you know that any old school Ford doesn't handle very well at anything over 65. So, okay, I'm going to leave the Ford here and I'm going to run over here. Thank you, the YouTubers that I do have watching at the moment. It is highly appreciated. Like I said, any constructive criticism, good or bad. Like I said, I'm 37 years old. I grew up in an era where words don't hurt me. I don't care what's said to me. It's their words, their opinions. They don't faze me any. Which unfortunately, a lot of this newer generation coming up, that's a big problem. Back out here so I don't take down any signs. Pull forward. There we go. Always trying to get these things lined up is always a pain. Start you off way off center. There we go. Get this fertilized. Then I'll go do that. We'll make some money on that other field and get some work done for him and make some more money. Ugh. Just look at that. Corn we got going on here, yep. Always love the basis behind growing things, making things. The minions and I are into model building. I've been considering bringing that to the channel after I get my workstation cleaned up, because the minions like to use it and then have an issue with cleaning up the messes they make, as do all kids. Hopefully once I get that straightened out, I'll be doing some YouTube videos of that. We do enjoy it. Kevin, who is the oldest of the minions, has successfully built a apocalyptic video model. Got the inspiration from Mad Max. I had an old body of a 57 Bel Air kicking around. Didn't have any use or plans for it, so I said have at it, and he had at it. And he did a really awesome job. It looks like it's been driven through hell and back, literally. Came up with a lot of cool ideas. I got to help him quite a bit on it because he's just starting to get back into it. He was into it, and then he kind of lost interest, as all teenagers do, and then he kind of got back into it, so helped him out with that. Well, there's another 2,700-ish bucks. Not a lot, like I said. Fertilizing really never makes you any money on this game. Harvesting, though. Harvesting gets you some bucks. We'll do this guy. Ah, the Dude's Far. Always loved this tractor, even from 2015. One of my favorites. Oh, ran over the weight. There we go. I love the way they did these. It amazes me that they were able to create a game like this, modeled after real existing equipment, not made up. There's a lot of simulators out there that they're just, in my book, they're just too cheesy. You can tell that the animation's poor, and by far, I mean, I do, like I said, I do realize this is a game. It's just, look at that. That's something you'd see if you were in the UK, driving down the road. It's absolutely amazing. The funny part about it is where the US started out as basically farmland and farmers living off the land. We've sadly gotten away from it. But not the UK. The UK is amazing with their farming process and what they can produce. And they work. They work for a living. They work, 15, 16-hour days. And it's just, it baffles me that as the United States we've gotten away from that. Like I said, I'm 37, and you go back only 15 years and you think about it, 15 years was not a long time ago. Not a lot of time has passed in 15 years, I should say. There's just so much has changed in the world, it's ridiculous, and this is just a way to kind of relax and remember what it used to be like, ish, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. Some of my friends online that I chat with on a regular basis, Jesse, I hope you're enjoying the series. I will have another map, or another broadcast of the South American Platinum Edition, hopefully up within the next few days. Anybody else that knows Jesse and I hope you enjoy it too if you ever want to check it out. I know that everybody has their own lives. What time is it what time is it? Oh, wow, it's 3:15 in the morning here where I am. Takes me a while to wind down. I get home. I get out of work at 11:30. I get home at right around midnight, maybe 10 minutes after midnight. And yeah, the sad notation of that is my two oldest ones will be up in 2.5-ish hours to get ready to go to school. And the the wife is in our bedroom playing Sims. She's an addict. I play it too, but not as much as she does. Oh, just cut the finger. That's right, I am Farmer Joe. That's my name. Don't wear it out. And if anybody's curious as to what the basis is behind my channel name, my nickname is Tiny, given to me by my brother when I was 17, 18 years old. And it stuck. It is a sarcastic nickname. I am nowhere near being tiny. But it stuck. He used it. I didn't mind it. And the 426 happens to be my favorite Chrysler engine, aka the 426 Hemi. I do have a couple of different friends that I grew up with that do have their own YouTube channels. Black Thumbs is a channel to check out. He is a gamer. He's a gearhead. He does some cool videos. Check his channel out too. That'd be awesome. I'm sure you'd appreciate it. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to get a YouTube channel up and running. As much as a Mopar fanatic as I am, I do own a Chrysler product. It is not by any means a powerhouse, unfortunately. It is cool because it's a Jeep and it's an Interceptor, which doesn't mean much, but just knowing that it was built as an Interceptor is kind of neat. Oh, well, he paid pretty good. So let's see here. The other vehicle I own is a well broken in Ford F-150. By far the cheapest and most reliable vehicle I've ever owned. And I've been driving since I was 16. I bought that Ford for $250 5 years ago. It is still in my possession. It has been off the road, unfortunately, for about a year. Because the good old grand state of Connecticut thinks that you drive priceless pieces of gold instead of rust buckets on four wheels. So the registration, to say the least, on it is way expensive. And unfortunately, this year's been kind of tough, so it got parked. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, I will be out of the cramped Jeep and back into old reliable. I just got yelled at by Babes. She doesn't like me picking on her Jeep. It's a Jeep thing. It is. So they set us up here. This is a... It's not a cultivator per se. It is a plow slash cultivator. They're referred to as subsoilers. So they pretty much do both jobs at once. Oh, and this just glitched again. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna have to exit this because I just realized that this is doing the same thing it did to me the last time. The progress bar, or circle up at the top, is not working, so we're gonna save this because the last time that happened, the game crashed on me. Like, shut down. And I have to get out of this and walk away from the field because now nothing's gonna happen now. So we unfortunately have to stop doing what we're doing there. We're gonna fail the mission. It is what it is. Hopefully this time it won't. Anybody ever played this game and accidentally bought a field when you're trying to do a job? I have. Aggravating as all unbelief when you do that. Go to hit the X to start doing the job, and you accidentally hit the square button and buy the field when all you wanted to do was do the job for the farmer. Alright, let's see what happens now. And go. Get this guy going. And we gotta watch for that little bar. There we go. Now she's working. Okay, cool. Now, I am gonna give you a heads up. I do multitask slightly. I try to keep up with comments on the channel as I'm working on the video. So if I tend to veer off, it's not because I'm not paying attention or falling asleep. It is because I'm trying to answer a question. So, I do hum to myself when I'm playing, so apologize ahead of time. be lucky I'm not singing. I'm horrible at that, according to some people. Let's see here. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I want. Dominique Fergala. I do not know what that means, but good morning. Hello. Good morning to me. I don't know what time it is where you are. And that's my phone playing in the background because I'm trying to keep up with live commentary. I like playing with the full screen. I'm considering going back to the split screen. Well, not split screen, but the smaller screen so I can actually read the commentary on screen as I'm doing it. For anybody who's just joined, again, I do not do a lot of online gaming, save for when I'm working with the minions. The minions are my kids. There's just a lot of disrespect when it comes to trolls in this game, so let's see if I can keep a straight line here. Let's go to cab view and keep the center line lined up with this one row on the hood. I don't know if anybody out there enjoys the cab view. I try to do it as much as possible because you do get to sit in here and check out all the cool controls and everything, but it does make it a little bit more difficult, save for when you're selling, because you do have the ridge markers, which I've been playing this since, like I said, 3 years ago on Xbox One. Never knew what the ridge markers did until I started watching some of the other YouTuber videos. And hey, what do you know? Cool. Make sure we actually made it to the end of the field. Cool. And I do this to try to split up the field. I don't know if it actually goes quicker. This is something I picked up from Daggerwin. He's, like I said, a PC gamer on Farm Sim 17. He's an awesome dude. I love his videos. I watch him daily. I go back and watch his logs constantly. I even rewatch some of them just to see if I miss anything. So we're going to do this field. We'll see what we make on this field. I'm glad that progress bar is filling up. I always get a little nervous when that happens. That's a typical sign of the game getting ready to say, nope, not this time. And then we'll, after this, we'll head back to our farm and see where our fields are on that. Be right back, fellas. Sorry about that. Babes is culling her hair right now and needed some slight assistance. So, anywho, back to farming. What did they put us in? What are we working in here? We have the Massey Ferguson. I can't quite make out the numbers on that. 7 something, 87, 7710 or 7719. I like all the tractors on here, really. There's only a few select ones that I don't really care for. I'll use them if I don't have the money to buy something better. But I like the bigger tractors. Just the larger the machine, the more awestruck I am. I'm a very big fanatic of the Big Bud Pack, which is, I mean, the only really good purpose for that specific set of equipment, it is Mustang Valley, hands down. Which, I'm on the east coast of the United States. There are Midwest farms that do actually utilize that specific equipment because their fields are huge. Ginormous. Standing at one end, you wouldn't be able to see the other. I did live out in the Midwest with my brother and his wife for about a year, and some of the fields out there are just wow. They're huge. One of my a couple of my online friends live out in the Midwest, and some of them are actually farmers. Um, Kevin has made a friend who's an actual farmer at the age of 15. He goes to school, he comes home, he does field work, he takes care of cattle, and then he jumps on his PlayStation 4 and does Farming Simulator. So, you live it in real life, you play it on the video game, I guess. I myself grew up on a very small farm, nothing compared to any of this. We did have cows, we had goats, we had pigs at one point, we had chickens, we had rabbits. But it was not a mass producing farm. We lived off what we obtained. Goat's milk's not bad. We did milk our own cattle. Used to milk goats, the cows. We raised calves back in the day. My older sister had a knack for training her bulls of all cattle to respond to. They'd literally follow her around the barnyard without a lead line. She had one Holstein that weighed 1,500 pounds. He was a bull. He would walk intentionally through a barbed wire fence and would put his head down like a dog getting scolded when she went to bring him in to the barn. And after she was done scolding him, she would literally grab him by the ear and lead him back into the barn. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. She had a Jersey calf that would literally follow her anywhere and everywhere on the farm. It was, like I said, nowhere near as big as some of these fields. It was only 7 acres, all of which I think 3 of it was about lawn. Was 3 acres of it was about 3 acres was lawn. It would take like 3.5 hours to mow with a riding mower with a 36-inch deck on it. And when my parents first moved up here, that was mowed with a push mower every week. Kind of sucked, but teaches good work ethic. You never missed any corners, that's for sure. Almost done with this one. So how does everybody else play this? Let me know in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Do you split up your fields? Do you use the cheat boxes? Do you go for the realism factor like I am right now? And by the way, I'm not hating on the guys that use the cheat boxes or the girls, because I know there are women that play this game. It is what it is, to each their own. Just because you're using cheat boxes doesn't mean you're playing it wrong or doing it wrong. I do it. But I am interested to hear what type of equipment you prefer, your favorite tractor, brand, that type of thing. they've got us using the, I don't know which cultivator this is. Oh, there's the name right there. So this is the, I can't read it because of the mud. Go figure. Let's see here. What is this thing? The Cotro 6002. Oh, here I am trying to read the name and I'm going off track. See, told you I mess up sometimes. Let's back up a little bit here. Oh, how much did I miss? Oh my god. There we go. So, if I'm not mistaken, this cultivator can be hooked up to the slurry spreader. I might be mistaken. I probably am. I don't think this is the one I'm thinking of. I do love the puzzle pieces, and when I say puzzle pieces, the equipment that you can put together to make up a bigger piece of equipment, like the Coon Pack. They have multiple pieces of equipment where you put uh, basically a cedar tank on the front of your tractor, and then you have a subsoiler, a cultivator, and then a seeder power drill, all attached to each other. And you can do all of what I'm doing right now in one shot instead of multiple. It does take it does take a few minutes to figure out how everything goes together. But if you read your descriptions, it tells you what the equipment is compatible with. Some of these cultivators even tell you what weight is recommended to be used with it as a counterweight on the front, which most of these tractors you don't need a counterweight, but some of them you do. Some of them. Especially the lighter tractors. So, finish this up. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of this and all the way to cultivating and then fertilizing again. I really want to get back to the farm and see what's going on over there. I might turn the time down slightly or not slightly, I'm only at 5x. I might turn the time down temporarily because I want to finish this field for this farmer. As in, I want to sow it and I want to fertilize it. But I do want to get back to my farm and check out what's going on over there. Because I know I have I know I have lawns that need mowed. Which, I don't know about anybody else, but I think having the lawnmower on here finally was a big improvement. It's just something else new to do. Aside from, rotating your crops and this and that. I spent most of yesterday morning before I had to go to work mowing lawn on my farm. Just to putz around a little bit, clean it up, make it look presentable. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. I mean, if you go over here and look at the grass, it doesn't look bad. It's not overgrown. It's just, oh, whoops. I just ran myself over with my own cultivator. Haha. Good thing you can't die on this game. I would love to have the PC version though, because you actually have to service your equipment. So let's go in here and we'll turn the time down to normal time. And as you can see, this is Tiny's real farm, meaning I'm trying to do this as real as possible. I keep hitting the wrong button there. Drives me crazy. So we are at $154,000. So the bank is climbing, which is cool. There's never a lot of traffic on our road here on this farm. Um, I do plan on using the trains in here. There's a train, I should say. I love the train. I could cruise around on the train on this all day long and be content. So let's go park the Ford in the main yard because I don't like having to. I don't like leaving equipment laying around, especially if I'm the only one playing, because then you get lost. You get so many different ideas going in your head. You forget where you put stuff, and then you're like, "Oh my God, where did I leave my Ford?" So let's go see. Let's just look at the map here, the actual map. So I have. What do I have growing and where? Let's see here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So in field 12 we have soybeans, and in 14 and 15 we are growing canola. So at some point I am going to have to purchase a corn header because I do want to start doing corn and uh, sunflowers. And I just don't see the purpose really. I do like having a harvester and a sunflower header for the sole purpose of a corn header is for corn and the sunflower header is for sunflower. I like having that option, but the corn header works for both. And right now at this point, that's just the more economic way to go. So nothing's going on here at the moment. Let's kick over to this. This is our growth stages, which, why? It says growing, but those are nowhere near ready to be sown yet. Let's come over here. Let's look at this. Yeah, the canola's not ready yet. I wonder why it says that on the map. Yeah, that's not. It's getting there. It's almost there. It's not there yet. So if I can peek. Can I peek at the ground here? So this is a spot of fertilized soil, and that is not. So, oh, maybe I can try to run the fertilizer through here again? I don't know. Let's go get the Z-Door. We'll take a look and see what's going on here. See if we can't fertilize these fields. Hopefully, later today, it's Monday here in the US. Hopefully later this evening, I will be able to do a broadcast with either King Bob or Stuart. Has anybody ever really gotten out? I mean, this tractor was a usable tractor on Sosnovka for the Russian file or map. The detail on this tractor is pretty good. I kind of like it. It's not as good as uh, what's the other one that I like that I use for fertilizing mainly. I'll show you real quick here. It's all the way down here at the end in the mods. Where are you? Oh yes, the Burr, the Comfort. I think I said Burr correctly. I'm not sure. I'm English. But yeah, that's a cool tractor. The detail on that is absolutely amazing. I have taken to the older fence. They're not that expensive. I mean, if you look over here at the new 800 Vario compared to the 800 Favorite, look at the price difference. I do realize that the 800 Favorite is an older tractor. That's obviously a given, but these things are so versatile that it's almost what's the point of having something like this new. The Fiat uh, Trattori is another. I love the bulldozers in this game. Oh, I don't really use that one too much. It's kind of finicky on certain things, but this one, the Massey Ferguson crawler, I love it. The Homer pack has the attachable slurry sprayer, and then to that, I was talking about puzzle pieces earlier. You can attach a slurry injector to the slurry tank on the Homer pack, which is really helps out in when it comes to cultivating or you can not cultivate. Well, yeah, cultivating, but you can fertilize and cultivate in one shot. It makes it a lot easier. The downfall is the working with, obviously. It's not a very wide cultivator. And this isn't a fast tractor, but we're only using this on the farm, so. And I am going to be shortly, gonna be, oh, love that engine sound. We are gonna be buying some logging equipment and start doing some logging on the farm up there. But I have to utilize the equipment that I have, the tractors on the farm, for that. Because I don't have the money to go out and drop at the moment on everything else. I don't even think I've bought a chainsaw yet, to be honest with you. So let's give these guys a, no, I don't think I can do this either. I'll be dipped. Can I? I don't know. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. Alright, so we're just gonna wait on that. We're gonna leave this guy right here, so when it is time, it's time. Okay, so we are... Let's go back to, what field was I on? I was doing work on field 23 for farmer, so let's head back there and we'll, finish working on get his field sown and fertilized, and, then I'll come back to the farm and we'll do some lawn mowing. And I can bore you all to death with that. Love to hear anybody's opinions on the new BSM map that just got dropped a few days ago. I have not. Oh, I love the Christmas tree. Don't you love the Christmas tree? I have not played it. I have toured the map. They did an absolutely amazing job in my eyes. Props to them. They're one of the. Oh, see, crazy driver. They're one of the biggest supporters for mods on Farming Simulator, and they do an absolutely epic job with their mods. And from what I've seen just touring their map, absolutely awesome. So this is one of the puzzle pieces that I was talking about. So he wants... Okay, see, our progress bar with him is almost full. We have, I bet you if we do this job, that bar there will fill up all the way, and we'll be able to buy this for a substantially less amount than what he's asking at the moment. And it's not a huge field, but it is a decent sized field. I'm not going to buy it right away. I'm content with the 3 fields that I have and what I'm doing. But the equipment that he has here is what I was referring to with the puzzle pieces earlier. And I have used this setup before. It is a cool setup. So this right here has a 3-point hitch on it. This is a, if I'm not mistaken, this is a power cultivator. I could be wrong. I might have even hooked it up wrong. I don't know. Nope, I got it right. Look at that. Alrighty. So, it's not a power cultivator, I apologize. It is a power harrow. And then your seed drill injects directly into the back. And if anybody was wondering, you gotta make sure you have all of the equipment, the right equipment, selected. So here's your, ridge markers. Check this out. So it leaves the ridge there, so you make one pass, and then I'll show you at the end of this pass. Okay, progress car's filling up, so we're good. I am gonna take this moment right now to save it, because this has crashed on me once, and I do not want to lose it again, or have to start over. So, there we go, okay. So, this is leaving a groove in your field, which that's going to be your next working path. And I'll show you how to line that up. Hopefully, that seed tank on the front's going to cause a bit of a problem. Oh boy. Might not be able to use it. Okay, so anywho. So the theory is here is that seed tank has lines running front to back. So instead of being attached directly to the equipment in the back, it runs through lines, supposedly, is how it works. I haven't actually seen that setup used. We can lower that. I don't know if that's going to help us any or not. So, yeah, we can kind of line it up. This is what I was talking about with the ridge marker, and we do have the correct one lowered. So you can kind of see the line ahead of me. So we're going to start the cruise control. And if you look at the end of the hood, there's a little nub sticking up. Now that's your center line of your hood, like on a regular car or truck. You have a point on some older vehicles where the hood comes up to a center point that runs the length of your hood. And that point on the hood of the tractor is how you utilize your ridge markers. So you're getting even coverage, and you're not overlapping, and you're not missing anything. So if I back out here, I'm centered on that line, and as you can see, everything is getting seated. And it works out just perfect. And it took me literally 2 years to figure out what the purpose of that was. So we're going to do this. I wish I had the ability to speed up time. I don't. Hopefully it doesn't bore you too much. If I'm yapping away too much, again, leave comments and I'll try to keep the yappage down to a minimum. This is more entertaining when the minions play with me, because we do, as I stated earlier in the video, there are shenanigans, but for the most part we get a lot of work done. So at this moment in time I'm going to mute my mic whilst I work, and I'll be back hopefully as soon as I'm just about finished up. See you in about 30 minutes. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, I'm back. I'm just about a little over halfway done. Not quite 3/4, but thank you to the one YouTuber that still is watching. I do appreciate it. I do not tolerate trolls on either my game or my channel. So anybody who jumps on my channel and doesn't like what they see, all you gotta do is leave. I will not tolerate ignorant comments. Yeah, I will block you. Hands down, no questions asked, no second chances. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I find it relaxing. There's plenty of people out there that play this. I don't know if anybody knows the stats on this game, but at one point it was being played more than Call of Duty. So, with that being said, I do this to relax. I do this to help out anybody that may have any issues or questions trying to figure stuff out, or just want a general idea as to how the game works if you're looking to purchase it. That's it. If you jump on my channel, you don't like it, you don't need to comment. You just need to leave. If you decide you need to make a comment, that's not necessary. You will only get the one chance to do so, because after that, I will ban you from it. Moving forward. So we're almost done with this field. Hopefully should be finished up here within the next 5 or 6 minutes. It's going to yield a decent amount of income. We're going to finish this up, and then we are going to put down the last fertilizer coverage, because this specific sowing machine does not have a built-in fertilizer tank. So whenever you do a field in the way that I've been doing it, the proper way to sow a field is after you harvest a crop. You need to plow it, you need to cultivate, or I'm sorry, let me start over. You have to fertilize it, you have to plow it, you have to sow it, and you have to fertilize it again. So, sow it, and you have to fertilize it again. Thank you, Sam Jam. Appreciate you commenting. I'll give a shout out to anybody, as long as the favor's returned, obviously. You wash my back, I'll wash yours. Not literally either. You. Any comments on the two that are watching on anything you'd like to see done, let me know. I think I've been broadcasting for well over an hour now. Yikes. I'm getting a little on a tired side. The wife and I do have plans in the morning. Well, later today. And I do have some work on another map I'd like to get done. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. It's highly appreciated. I am trying to get this thing off the ground, and after only a year, I've got 15 subscribers, which I am grateful for, by the way. I am not dissing anybody. But unfortunately, the only ones that I do have subscribed are pretty much family members and a few close friends. uh, the more I can get likes and shares, the more I can get this channel off the ground. I would like to have it up in the hundreds. I highly doubt I'll ever see the thousands, but if I can get it up into the hundreds, it's at least worth having the channel to me. The minions do add a sense of comedic value to the game when they are able to play with me. It is 4 o'clock in the morning, so they're all asleep. And maybe at some point, if I can get some responsible players together, uh, I might do an online broadcast, a live broadcast with the max amount of players allowed on console, which unfortunately is only 6. So Sam Jam, I would do some grass silage. At the moment, I do not have any corn growing, and I do not have enough money on this map at the moment. That is going to be one of my goals. I do have other maps that I will be broadcasting here, hopefully within the next few days, that I do grass silaging on, because when I stated earlier in this video that before I even consider buying cows, I make sure my bunker silos are filled and covered and the silage is ready to go. I do know that I can buy the grass mower for the forage harvester and utilize that, but at the moment I don't have the money for a forage harvester that I'm aware of. But it will be up there. I do have some video, I think, if you scroll through my channel, of grass silage. I might be wrong. I honestly can't remember. I do a lot of corn silaging. I know that. Oh, that's cool. I have 2 of them. So they're Sam Jam. I actually bought my first one about a year and a half ago, and because the minions enjoyed playing the game so much, I bought a second one so we could actually play together online. So we are going to, oh, look at that, we're up over $170,000. Awesome. So we are going to do this last step here for this farmer and get this slurry spread. Oh, 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 almost backed into my truck. If Stuart were playing, he'd be furious. He really gets into the realism of the game. He jackknifed an 18-wheeler once on Smoky Mountain and claimed he ruptured a fuel tank. Cool. Alright, so let's get this done. Get this slurry spread, and then we'll do some I might be able to afford some forestry equipment here. Can't stop in the middle of this because I am timed. Hopefully it's not going to take that long. always gotta try and do your best on this part of it because of the sheer fact of time limitations. So the quicker you get the job done, the more money you stand to make. And unfortunately, as we all know, that fertilizing doesn't really make a lot of money. It makes money, but not a lot. Not as much as plowing or sowing or harvesting. But all that hard work pays off in the end. I think I started this video, I was right around $65,000, maybe less, I'm not sure. Okay, let's spin this around, get that started again, there we go. Oop, don't want to do too much overlap. There is such a thing as too much fertilizer in one spot. Okay. Thank you, Sam Jam. Appreciate the subscription. Highly appreciate it. I'm off that evil number, odd number of 15. I'm an even number kind of dude. I don't like odd numbers. And there will be more videos. This is my wind down time, so plus I'm off today, so this is my goof off day. This will not be the only video that I broadcast today. I've already done one, but had to stop. Not because I wanted to, but nature called. And I don't like leaving my videos on pause. So. I will take suggestions for maps that anybody would like to see worked on. I have on this specific PlayStation, the maps that I have are the maps that are unfortunately set in stone. I will not, save for one of them, probably will not be deleting any other maps. And the only reason I'm going to delete one is because of the fact I did the same thing to that one that I did to this one. I used the cheat boxes and amassed a ridiculous amount of money that I will never, ever be able to use. Sosnovka, I own every single field. I have utilized all the equipment slots, and it's, at this point, just not even an enjoyable map for me anymore. Which is what happened to this one. I did not own all the fields on this one, but I just amassed so much money and equipment that it just didn't appeal to me. So I said enough is enough. I deleted it and I started over. And I'm getting more enjoyment out of starting it over than I was using the cheat mods. So the PlayStation that I have in my bedroom, I have what is it? The American Outback on, which is a very, definitely very American field. Unfortunately, Sam Jam, no, you cannot. Console does not cross with PC. There was a talk about Microsoft and Xbox One trying crossplay. It never came to be, and PlayStation just said no. So, unfortunately, it was considered and it was shot down. Anywho, back to what I was saying. American Outback map that I have going on my PlayStation in the bedroom. Um, if you start on normal, you start out with your typical bank loan. You have $20,000. You can push the loan to its limits of 200 and I think 40-ish thousand dollars. But $240,000 doesn't really get you much for equipment, as I'm sure everybody knows that. Um, but what I did find is that if you get the right type of setup and the right type of plows, there are empty fields that are not owned by anybody. And you can make your own fields. You can plow your own fields, cultivate them, fertilize them, sow them. Excuse me. And it's basically a very easy way to make free money, period. So, let's see here. So that's a little over, just under $7,000 for that, so cool. And if we go back in here and we click on that, if you've noticed, the uh, green bar is now full, which means that I can purchase this field for $121,000, which, if I go back in the video, I believe right before I did the sowing of the field, it was around $127. So obviously the work pays off on this game for farmers. It lowers the prices of the maps, or of the fields, substantially. Well, let's go take a swing back around to our farm. We're going to pull a quick UE here. I say our, I mean mine. Vice versa, whatever. So we're gonna come up over here. Do we have anything going on over here yet? Or do we still have, no, nothing yet. Kooky dukes. Alright, well, let's go up to the storage shed. I don't have anything down here yet. I do have my pallets of fertilizer and feed over there, but I don't have enough equipment yet. I did fill this storage shed with equipment, so kind of park the truck over here, just out of the way. Leave him there, and then we'll come back over here, and we'll hop on our Amazon zero turn radius mower. I think this is one of the coolest mods that Giants could have allowed for this game. And we're going to trim up around the field. Maybe do some work around the barnyard. Definitely around the silos. It just gives the map, your home base, a cleaner look. And you can sell the grass in the barn. You don't make a lot of money, like I said, but they do give you the option to sell the grass. So come through here, try to stay off the edge, don't want to damage crop. Mowing. Do. Sorry. Okay. RJ Simulator, not much. Or, I'm sorry, RJ Simulation, not much is up. Just relaxing, playing some Farm Sim, and doing as my oldest minion suggested, commentary. Sam Jam, I do not play the Hunter Call of the Wild. Being a simulation game, I have been looking for some hunting games. I have yet to find one that strikes my fancy though yet. I do play some. I used to play a lot of hunting games on my phone, but I don't have a phone with a big enough hard drive to play a lot of games, so I'm limited to the farm simulator games that are available to phone for Android. I don't, or sorry, I don't Android. I am, or no, I do Android. I don't iPhone. iPhone is, I can't iPhone, so iPhone's out of my context. I've been accused by my minions as being not technologically advanced. It's just, I didn't grow up in the generation of computers and stuff. I remember playing the original Atari. I was 5 years old, 6 years old when the Nintendo Entertainment System came out. I'm dating myself, I know. I don't care. Babes is old enough, she remembers when the first Atari came out. You were born the year it came out. 70, late 70s, 77, 78. Well, you were born in 78, so if it came out in 78... Babes is yelling at me for picking on her. She's older than I am. Oh, now I'm getting death threats from the bedroom. For anybody who's listening and watching, don't get married, it's a trap. I'm only kidding. I love my wife and my kids to death. They're awesome. Best thing that could have happened to me in life. Let's see here. Sam Jam, I do not have any livestock at the moment yet. I'm trying. Oh, where did I know that? Oh, yeah, wow, I'm up over. Where did all that money come from? It was just at 175,000. Now I've got 182,000. What just happened? Huh, I must have missed something. Sam Jam, I do not have any livestock. I am going to start off with sheep. Sheep are the easiest animal to upkeep on this game. All they require is fresh cut grass and water. And they'll produce wool for you like no tomorrow. Well, not like no tomorrow, but that's all they need. Whereas pigs need mass amounts of corn, they need a lot of grain. Feed type feed. So at this point, I only have chickens. This map, like I said, I've only been doing this for 3 or 4 days. Cousin It just walked out of my bedroom. Hi, babes. The wife is dyeing her hair. Her hair is all fuzzy. I love my life. I have my chickens for now. That's the only livestock I have.
Oh, your own kind, huh?
Yes, I am a chicken. I am what I eat. No, I'm not. She's picking on me because I'm picking on her. Let's see here. Okay, well, he's going goodbye. Block. There we go. Like I said, fellas, anybody's welcome to comment on my channel. Gibberish and unneeded or useless commentary will get you banned. I don't put up with that stuff. Oh, we have another YouTuber. Hello, YouTuber. Apparently this commentary thing's paying off. So, got a few more patches of grass down here on the bottom. We'll go clean it up. The cool thing about this little mower is it holds over 3,000 liters of grass. The one thing I don't like about it is once it's full, it keeps continuing cutting, but doesn't collect anything. At which point, if you're doing it for money, you need to stop and go sell it, and then come back and finish. Otherwise, you're just wasting money and fuel, which I've used this quite a bit in 3 days. As you can tell by the fuel gauge, it's still on its first full tank of gas. I did have to drive this back from the shop because I don't even have a flatbed or a low loader to get equipment to the farm yet. So that was a long 9 minutes or so to get it here. Yes, I've noticed RJ simulation. I'm kind of digging this. I don't think I've had this many viewers in one recording, or broadcast, I should say. But definitely going to keep it up. I generally don't, when I do play this, it's most of the time it's by myself. I only have one day off a week that I get to spend with the wife and kids. So we're busy doing other things, and we try not to plan around video game broadcasts when we're doing family stuff. So if we have enough time, either Stuart or King Bob, hopefully tonight, will broadcast live with me. King Bob is, as I've stated earlier, is the more difficult one to work with because he is only 8. Stuart is 16-ish, almost. So when we work together, there's a little bit of horseplay, but work gets done. We work together. We do mess around with each other's equipment sometimes. One of the logging videos I just recently did with him, I fenced in his equipment without him knowing about it. That was epic. He yelled at me. I laughed. It was funny. Then he sold it all on me. Then he drove one of my trucks into the river. Actually, he drove my Scorpion into the river because of that. Joseph. Stuart. No. No. He's Stuart. No. Yeah. He wouldn't let me call him Kevin. So we went with Stuart. Sam Jam, I do watch Daggerwin all the time. The job I have is an awesome job, but at times it's very slow. So it gives me the opportunity to get caught up on his videos while I'm stuck helping technicians at work. So I do watch him. I have never heard of the squad, though. That's a new one on me. I've never heard of them. Them, him, her. Okay, so we have a full load of grass. Go dump this. Doesn't that look a lot better? Doesn't that, look at that, look at that. Let me jump off of this for a minute. Just go over here. Doesn't that look so much nicer? Hey, you get down here on ground level, it looks neat. As in clean, neat. It's not all scruffy looking. I like it. I also like this little mower. Alrighty, I think this is where I'm going to end the broadcast, fellas. I do appreciate the viewers. I do appreciate the comments. Please take the time to go back and watch it end to end. It is a long video tonight. A Sam Jam, there is a you utilize the share button on your PlayStation controller. You have to have a YouTube account, which I'm sure you do. And you just yeah, see, $231. Not a lot, but it's still $231. You do have to have a YouTube account, Sam Jam. Like I said, I'm sure you do, since you're on here right now at the moment. You know what? I think I'm not going to end it yet. I think I'm going to... Oh, didn't want to shut it off. I'm going to finish trimming up this little stretch of grass here. You just hit the share button on your PS4 controller, and you can link it right to your YouTube account. So it takes a matter of seconds to start broadcasting a game. Doesn't take any time at all. The longest thing that will take some time is just linking the account to your PlayStation. That's it. And even that's not hard. I didn't even have a YouTube channel till I decided to hit the share button one night and realized I could. And that is not what I wanted to do. I managed to open... What did I do here? How did I do that? I opened the windrower on my machine here. Nope, that's not it. How did I do that? No. Well, there we go. Okay. Anytime, Sam Jim. So I've managed to screw up slightly. Oh, good. Nope, I can't pick that up. No, I'm gonna have to... This is what happens when you push the wrong button. Yes, RJ Simulation, it is a lot easier on PC. I did mention earlier I am considering looking into a gaming PC at the end of the year for the for this game, specifically because of the amount of mods available on PC. You can get Chevy step-side pickups, you can get John Deere tractors, Challenger sprayers, I mean the works. The mods available on PC are phenomenal compared to console. I love how you can just drive through the brush here. Alright, get around here. That's part of why I watch Daggerwin so much. He's PC. There is another one that I watch as well that's PC. I can't for the life of me remember his name though. The other one that I enjoy watching is who's on console. Unfortunately, he's been off for quite a bit. Libertine 20, or aka Callum Throw. He's another excellent YouTuber. Commentary is awesome. Let's see here. Get around here. Forgive me if I seem like I'm driving in circles. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm trying to make sure I got everything. I'm just finishing up this last little strip. That's awesome, RJ Simulation and Sam Jam. I would love to be able to, at some point, do a live broadcast with Daggerwin. He takes quite a bit of time in explaining things and showing how certain things work, and just watching him in general is entertaining, and not in a bad way. I have the utmost respect for him. I love his videos. I love his commentary. But the other gentleman that I was referring to, Callum Throw, he used to be one of the ones I used to watch the most of, but life happens, and unfortunately he's had to, I think the last post I saw on his PlayStation community was back on September 20th, was the very last comment he made on his YouTube channel for Farming Simulator. Work and life get in the way. sometimes. It just is what it is. But I've watched just about every single one of his videos. I've even started going back and watching every single one I've missed, even all the way back to 2015. I enjoyed him that much. I learned a lot from both him and Daggerwin. There's a few new ones that are out there that I'm finding. Mr. Sealy P, I enjoy watching quite a bit. Another UK player, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm incorrect, somebody correct me, please. But he's also entertaining as well. The mod hub is not the same on PC and console. There's Sam Jam. They are slightly different. They're close, but they're not the same. The PC version obviously has more to it, and on top of that, there's no limitations on how much you can download. Take for instance console, PlayStation. Giants put a limit on console as to how much you could download for mods. So we only get 4 gigabytes on console, where PC gets it all. They get anything and everything. You can download every single map. You can download every single mod with no problems, and it doesn't utilize any space. And console players unfortunately suffer because of that. I'd love to see John Deere on here. Never going to happen on console. John Deere didn't want to have anything to do with the console version, just the PC version. And I'm sure it's probably due to branding, but it is what it is. It's their company, it's their say. So. That was weird. There we go. Okay, so. I might pull this up one more time before I cut to the broadcast, but I do have to hop off here shortly. Otherwise, my kids are going to be wondering why I'm still awake at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's funny, I don't have the ability. I have the ability, but I don't take the time to go back and edit my videos. I can hop onto YouTube.com and use the editor, the video editor that they have available on the PlayStation through the internet. But it's just too time consuming, and I unfortunately lack the knowledge. At this point in time, I have to once I figure it out, I'll be able to do it. But like I can't skip through stuff, unfortunately, like a lot of YouTubers can, because I just haven't taken the time to learn how to do so. I try to stream at least once a week, Sam Jam. Sometimes it's more often, sometimes it's not. I definitely do attempt to do a live stream with the minions. King Bob and Stuart are fanatics with this game, just as I am. I do plan on buying a second copy of the FS15 because my oldest, like I said, and I both loved that specific map on FS15, which would have been Bjornholm. It's just a huge map, and there's a lot of stuff going on it. And it's just a fun it's a fun map overall. But I tend to stream videos usually with no commentary. 2 or 3 times a week, and I try to stream with the minions at least once a week, which is on my day off. Unfortunately, my day off, which is today, is packed full of running around and errands, unfortunately, and visiting with my mother, uh, who enjoys seeing the minions because they don't get a lot of time to see her, as I work 6 days a week. So, never had the PlayStation 3. It was always out of my price range. I went from a PlayStation to a PS2, both versions of the PS2. I had the regular released one, and then I had the slim version. The minions managed to kill the slim version. They kept overheating it. I kept fixing it, and the fix wasn't the proper fix, so they just kept overheating every time I'd fix it. And finally I got fed up and said no more. So we actually went quite a few, up until 3 years ago, we did not have a gaming console in our household. At all. And they've learned their lesson from that. They now actually pay attention to their time limitations. I'm all for having fun in games and playing on video games, but I'm also old school, where I believe my kids should be outside playing, being boys, and not rotting in front of a TV screen. So, you use your imagination in more ways than one in life. That's what I'm getting at there, that's all. Alright, so back to your original question. I do stream 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes more, sometimes I don't even get a chance to because I'm just so exhausted and tired. In the morning when I'm not at work, I do spend a lot of time with the missus, because I'm at work late. So, yeah, it'd be nice if those little casters on the front mower deck would actually spin like they're supposed to. Guess we can't have everything though, can we? And that's just about full, so... Alright, Sam Jim, I'm gonna cut it out, cut this broadcast at the moment anyway. I do have to get up off my couch and head to bed. So, thank you, YouTubers, for watching. I'd appreciate a subscribe and a like if you're interested and you enjoyed it. Let me know. Any comments, like I repeated myself multiple times, are appreciated. Criticism, good or bad. Yeah, so, go park this, and we'll see you later. And we're out. Enjoy your evening, folks, and depending on the time of the day, have a splendid and wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. Thank you.